The past few days have been rough for Discord. They have been getting hammered by millions of people on social media over their new age verification system, and they are facing boycott threats, backlash, Nitro cancellations, and it looks like they are getting desperate. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, just a few days ago, we found out that they were going to start requiring face scans or IDs for full access if the AI system had believed you could be underage or your account activity was suspicious, according to the bot. But we just had found out 2 days ago that they were lying, at least to a certain extent, about the ID system because they had claimed that facial scans would never leave your device and that, oh, they were going to protect your information. Corporate speak. I mean, come on. We already knew that that's what they were doing in their big, long statement about how you guys are misunderstanding what we're saying. And we did find out that the ID system they were using in certain places of the world was actually one where they were transferring your personal data to a third party company. In the case of the UK, it was going through Persona, but that is just the tip of the iceberg. And now, apparently, Discord is panicking so much over the backlash that they're facing. They have released another statement where they're distancing themselves from the age verification firm after ties to Planeteer's Peter Thiel surfaced, and the third-party company Discord could use for their ID collection is mired in surveillance concerns and links to Epstein via one of its investors, and so they are just coming out trying to damage control as much as possible. Days ago, they of course had done this thread over on X where they answered some questions by saying, oh, we promise to protect you. Now, this company is facing backlash because of the way that they handle your data, and they are getting destroyed on social media for this. We know that Discord alternatives searches jumped 10,000% overnight as the gaming platform introduced global age verification, which I think is hilarious. I think it is great to see companies feel the burn. I think it is hilarious when they make absolutely terrible moves like this, think they can get away with it, and then they learn that they are not going to be able to push people around. Fuck around, find out is off the charts here. We now know that Discord is beta testing Nitro squads for desktop users currently in Australia, but the reason why they're implementing these age verification systems is because of the UK and because of Australia cracking down on content and requiring companies to have verification systems in place. They've done this for about a year now, really heavily, but even things like YouTube could be banned in places like Australia if they do not comply. So that's why YouTube implemented a similar system months ago. Discord's doing the same. Squads offers 6 users full Nitro perks, excluding boosts, for a lower price, roughly the cost of 2.5 individual subscribers, which is hilarious. So they know that they are going to be losing out on some of their funds because of this. People are going to unsubscribe from the service, and well, apparently our cancellations are hitting them where it hurts. But there are even analysts and experts who are saying there was no reason for Discord to comply in advance, and I obviously agree with this. I've been saying this in all of my Discord videos. They could have waited until the very last moment. They could have fought back against this, or they could have been not fucking lazy and they could have just rolled this out in the UK and Australia and then left it the way it already has been for every other region. But they didn't do that because they're lazy. They think that people are not going to cancel their subscriptions. They believe that things are just going to be pushed under the rug after a little while. They think that people will just forget about this. And in the case of YouTube, people did sort of forget because on YouTube, if you had ever sent a super chat before in the history of your account's existence, or you subscribed to a channel, or you had become a member on somebody's channel, it didn't mark your account as suspicious. And if you had a long viewing history of adult content, it wouldn't require your ID or a face scan or anything like that. So, in the case of YouTube, most people were not affected. But in the case of Discord, it doesn't seem like it is going to go over so well. I think that there are a lot more people who are willing to fight back that use Discord, which I obviously understand. There are other ways to easily communicate with people on the internet versus YouTube, that is the central platform for video content creators. But there are experts saying they didn't have to comply in advance with social media age verification laws instead of fighting for their users. And it just goes to show how little they care about their users. They didn't fight back at all from what we've heard, or at all from what we understand. And most of the posts that are being made on Discord sharing pieces of information like this are blowing up. This post has 32,000 likes and 626,000 views. Pirate Nation's post about the Discord alternatives is at 1.1 million views and 45,000 likes. So it's not being swept under the rug. Lots of people are paying attention. Lots of people are interacting and trying to share this information, which I think is great. And there are some alternatives. The problem is that there are none that are as solid as Discord, I guess we'll say, that offer as many features and systems. Discord is the number one in the space right now. We do need a proper alternative, though. I always think comments like this are so hilarious because it shows how little this person understands the situation. It says getting desperate and it's just expanding their subscription. The reason why they are lowering the cost is so they do not have to show as much of a loss or as big of a loss in paid subscribers during the next financial report or the next quarter report. They want to be able to show that they lost the least amount of paid subscribers possible. And in this case, well, technically, it is still multiple accounts that are subscribed, even if it is at a cheaper price. It's corpo speak, plain and simple. Is verifying really that hard for you when a service is requiring your ID that just recently had major security breaches? Yeah, it is that important. It's not that deep. It's just verification. I hate when people say this. If it's not that deep, why are you so bothered that people are talking about it? If it's not that deep, why do you care that people are making posts on social media saying that this is stupid? If it's not that deep, go and do something else, man. Clearly, people feel differently, and clearly, it's a lot of people that do not agree with your trash take. So, yes, this entire situation with Discord is not going the way that the company probably expected. They wanted people to just shut up, continue to consume product, and they thought, oh, maybe we'll face backlash for a couple of days, but that isn't the case. They have been hammered on social media day after day after day, and they will continue to be hammered until they either take a step back and say they are not going ahead with this plan, or they actually give us a half decent response, which they haven't done so far. So I will be keeping a very close eye on this situation, but there was no reason for them to comply in advance, yet they have. The searches for Discord alternatives have shot up 10,000% overnight. They are lowering the price of certain subscriptions in certain regions. In this case, Discord is beta testing Nitro squads, and really, it looks like they are damage controlling with no end to the backlash in sight. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I'll talk to you all again in the next video really soon.